Alright guys, so we got a cool video coming today. This is going to be an install of a DeeZee headache rack that we're going to put on this truck. And as you've probably seen in other videos, I do have a tonneau cover. So we're going to test to see if this will work with a tonneau cover on it as well. There she is. This is what it comes with. Good hardware. Got your like kind of ladder racks that slide on the top of it. Manual. Some rubber blocks. This is padding to put underneath so it doesn't scratch the top of your bed rail if you don't have a cover like I do. And these would be the feet that go on the side of the rack. See? So these mount up like so. And then you have the rack itself. So for putting this rack together, basically the big hole there is gonna thread into that one. So you're gonna put this right on here on each side. Just one big bolt. So you have this like rubber gaskety washer thing, which is gonna sit right inside there. So it's flush with the base. This bolt requires a 7/32 Allen wrench. Now on the outside here, you have this channel. You're gonna take the square tops bolt and it's gonna sit in here. And you're gonna put a washer and an acorn nut on it. First thing you wanna do is put these through here and then get your washer and your acorn nut placed on it loosely. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna slide these into the groove like this. Hard to do with one hand, not gonna lie. So that's one. Slide that down, then do it with the second one. So those are both in. So now we can go about doing this top one. And don't forget to put in this guy. So I'm gonna have to use two hands, but I'm gonna pull it up and slide this in underneath here, and then we're gonna put the bolt through. So we've completed both sides, and I love this thing just because of how light it is, because it's a full aluminum rack. It's like ridiculously light for a back rack, which is awesome because I didn't want a big heavy steel one that's gonna end up ruining gas mileage somehow. So we went with this one. A little more expensive to go aluminum, but by far extremely worth it. So now we're gonna get this thing plopped up onto here. See if I can do this with one hand. Probably can, it's pretty light. Pretty good fit. So far this looks like it actually will definitely work for my tonneau cover because it extends pretty far back. So you can see here would be the closest point to the cover, and I'm pretty sure my cover comes right to here. So it actually looks perfect. So it's not gonna make my cover push too far back to fit it, which would be sweet. Because then I can keep the cover on for aerodynamics on the highway, but then I also have the cover so I can tri-fold the cover up, and I could like put a kayak from the back up and rest it on the top. So it's perfect from what I see so far. So how this works is you would put this bolt through here, so this hangs below, and so it's gonna be hanging, and you're gonna put it into, after you cut that out, insert it into this hole like this. And then when you tighten it, this rubber bushing like expands, it like pushes outward, and it'll hold it snug. Now if you got one of these, this piece is gonna have to get cut out. A few holes, we're just gonna cut it out with a knife real quick. Try not to slice too far, since I'm only using one hand. But it's kind of scored already, which is nice. Oh, we're just gonna cut another one on the other side as well. And we're in business. Second hole's cut, so let's throw this rack back on. All right, well, it's sitting in there now. So now, all we got left to do, tighten these up on each side, And then you come these holes. You want to push this down. You have to drill a hole, and then there's a bolt that goes through there that they include as well. If you have one of these that go in a drill, I'd do that, or an impact. Once these are tight, we're left with this hole. So it's a 1/4 inch drill bit you'll have to use to drill right through that. And you're gonna wanna make sure you push down on it so it's as low as it can possibly go. Like this. So I'm probably have to do this with 2 hands. Push through here, through your 1/4 inch hole. Once through, you have another one of these clear. This is the smaller size of the rubber bushings. Through the back side, that. And then you got a lock washer, or lock nut, that goes in the back of that. Gonna hold on the back with a wrench, and then I'm just gonna use my drill with a Phillips bit. Kind of wish it was a Torx or an Allen wrench, a Torx bit as well, but I guess not. So make sure you have a larger Phillips bit head for your drill. Once it's in place, do the same thing to the other side, and your headache rack is installed. Now, installing these like ladder rack type things, basically, you can see it has something to sit in the channel right there, and there's openings so you can put it in, slide it over. But also first you're going to want to throw in your square top bolt into the channel. It'll be through this hole, and then you tighten it with those. Square headed bolt, plop her in, slide it up a little bit, plop this in, line these up, put this in. You're gonna have to lift it up a little bit. Very doable with one hand, obviously. And there you go. I'm lining it up with that piece right here, this edge, so they look all right. So there you go. So that's a full install of the headache rack. Now we're gonna get to seeing if the tonneau cover fits. Absolutely love the appearance. It looks sleek and also will do the job. Really recommend DeeZee. They're a pretty good company. I've heard nothing but good things about them. Oh, look at that. Fits pretty nice. Not gonna lie. It still comes to, that's about where it came before. Like lengthwise this way. Like that's about exactly where it sat. So, I mean, looks all right to me. As you can see here, the weather stripping comes right over and fills a gap. I mean, that's pretty watertight still. So it doesn't affect the way it sits on the bed rails. It fits perfectly between the headache rack, and you can still get to the clips if you want to peel it up and tri-fold it. So it actually works perfectly. It doesn't affect the way it sits on the bed rails. There's still like a really good seal into there, as you can see, coming off the metal. So there really isn't any issues with this. And I was a little worried. I was taking a little bit of a leap of faith ordering this $500 whatever headache rack, just because I wasn't too sure if it was going to fit. And I said, you know, this could be a good video to see if it fits, and hopefully it doesn't bite me in the ass. But no, it works out. So it still works perfectly. You can get to the clips if you want to try fold it up to have more open bed access. But it sits perfectly. It latches just fine. Probably should check the tailgate. Yep, closes fine. It doesn't push it back because this headache rack sits really close to the cab, so it really doesn't push the cover back too far at all. So here it is, tri-folded up. It actually, I think it looks better because, I mean, this thing has these to kind of hide the folds and stuff like that. No issue with the clips. You can get to them just fine, like usual. And well, I couldn't recommend this enough. This is a pretty sweet setup. That's a rough country tonneau cover that just sits on top of your bed rails. And this is the DeeZee aluminum headache rack. But definitely try it out if you guys are interested. Definitely works. That guy here's. Hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like and subscribe, and stay tuned to more DIY and instructional videos just like these.